Alright, animal adventurers, today we're diving deep into a truly epic hypothetical showdown. Imagine two of the most fascinating and formidable snakes on our planet. In one corner we have the magnificent King Cobra, a true giant among venomous snakes. This creature isn't just big, it's incredibly intelligent and commands respect wherever it slithers. In the other corner, we have the Levant Viper, a master of disguise and patience. This incredible snake, also known as, hails from North Africa, the Middle East, and stretches into parts of Asia. Now, what happens when these two titans cross paths? It's a classic clash of different evolutionary strategies. We're talking about a natural drama that rarely unfolds before human eyes, but one we can explore with what we know about these amazing animals. Let's gear up and venture into the world of these apex predators to see who might just come out on top in this ultimate reptilian rumble. Let's talk about the King Cobra. The name itself means snake eater, and that tells you a lot about this incredible creature. Their size alone is a huge advantage, giving them reach and power that few other snakes can match. King Cobra venom is incredibly potent, primarily neurotoxic. A single bite can deliver a massive amount of venom, enough to bring down a large animal, even an elephant in some rare cases. King Cobras are also surprisingly agile for their length. When confronted, they have that iconic defensive posture, raising the front third of their body off the ground, flaring their hood, and letting out a bone-chilling hiss. Their intelligence is another key factor. They can differentiate between a harmless passerby and a genuine threat, or a potential meal. They are also the only snakes in the world that build nests for their eggs, with the female diligently guarding them until they hatch. That's a formidable combination, and it's why the King Cobra is respected and sometimes feared throughout its range. Now, let's shift our focus to the Levant Viper. This is a snake that embodies the art of the ambush. Their coloration is a perfect example of natural camouflage, earthy tones of gray, brown, tan, and olive, often with darker, irregular blotches or bands. The venom of the Levant Viper is a potent brew, primarily hemotoxic and cytotoxic. This means it attacks the blood cells, blood vessels, and tissues, causing severe pain, swelling, necrosis, tissue death, and anticoagulation. Their hunting strategy is all about stealth. Levant Vipers will find a promising spot, often near an animal trail or a rodent burrow, and then they wait. They possess heat-sensing pits located between their eyes and nostrils, which allow them to detect the faint body heat of warm-blooded prey. When prey does come close enough, the strike is incredibly fast, a blur of motion. The Levant Viper is a specialized hunter, relying on its incredible camouflage, patience, heat-sensing abilities, and a devastatingly effective venomous strike. So, picture this, fellow nature enthusiasts. Where would these two incredible snakes actually meet? For our hypothetical encounter, let's imagine a transitional zone, an area where their habitats might just overlap. Perhaps it's the edge of a cultivated area bordering a patch of scrubland, near a water source that attracts diverse wildlife. The time of day is also crucial. Let's say it's late afternoon, the sun beginning to dip, but still warm enough for reptiles to be active. The King Cobra might be on the move, actively searching for its next meal, perhaps following the scent of another snake. Meanwhile, the Levant Viper could be perfectly settled in this kind of environment. The stage is set for a dramatic encounter, a meeting of two very different survival artists. Section 5. First contact. The tension builds in the undergrowth. Imagine the King Cobra, long and powerful, gliding through this transitional landscape. It's on a mission, perhaps a bit hungry, its senses heightened. Suddenly, a new scent registers, or perhaps a flicker of movement, almost imperceptible. The King Cobra, with its excellent eyesight, might detect a subtle anomaly in the pattern of rocks and leaf litter ahead. Or maybe it's the Levant Viper that first becomes aware of the approaching giant. The ground vibrations from a nearly 15-foot snake would certainly be noticeable to a creature as attuned to its surroundings as a viper. The Levant Viper, perfectly still in its ambush position, would likely freeze even more rigidly if possible. Its survival instinct screams danger. This isn't its usual prey. This is something massive, something that could be a predator. As the King Cobra draws nearer, it might pause, its head raises slightly, body poised. It's processing the information. Is this a threat? Is this food? The air crackles with unspoken tension. This is the critical moment, the point of no return. The atmosphere is electric, a silent duel of nerves and instinct playing out in the wild. Section 6. the King's Gambit. A display of dominance and strategy. Now, let's say the King Cobra has identified the Levant Viper. Its predatory instincts kick in. This is what it does. It hunts other snakes. The King Cobra would likely initiate the encounter with a display of its impressive size and confidence. It might raise the front part of its body high off the ground, flaring that famous hood. From this raised position, it can better track the Viper's movements and plan its attack, keeping its own head out of immediate striking range of the smaller snake. The King Cobra's strategy against another venomous snake is fascinating. It will often try to outmaneuver its opponent. The King Cobra is surprisingly quick and agile for its size, capable of dodging and weaving. It would likely try to approach the Levant Viper from the side or rear, aiming for a bite to the back of the Viper's head or neck. The sheer length of the King Cobra gives it a significant reach advantage. The Cobra's persistent, focused attention and its imposing presence would be incredibly stressful for the Viper. This is a calculated, intelligent hunter at work. The King is playing to its strength, size, reach, intelligence, and specialized adaptations. Section 7. The Viper's Stand, a desperate defense. Faced with such a formidable aggressor, the Levant Viper isn't going down without a fight. This snake is a survivor, equipped with its own potent arsenal. As the King Cobra makes its intimidating approach, the Viper would likely adopt a defensive posture. It might coil its body tightly, forming a defensive S shape with its neck, ready to strike. Its head would be tracking the King Cobra's movements, looking for any opportunity, any slight misjudgment by the attacker. The Levant Viper's primary weapon is its lightning-fast strike, and its powerful hemotoxic and cytotoxic venom. If the King Cobra comes within its striking range, the Viper will undoubtedly lash out. The Viper would aim for any part of the King Cobra it could reach, hoping to deliver a significant dose of venom. However, the Viper is at a disadvantage in several key areas. Its reach is much shorter than the King Cobra's. The King Cobra, being aware of this, will likely try to stay just outside that critical range, using its own length to strike from a safer distance. It's a battle of David versus Goliath, but in this case, Goliath is also a highly specialized snake killer. Section 8. Wildcards, factors that can tip the scales. Now, in any wild encounter, there are always variables, those unpredictable elements that can change the game entirely. The environment itself plays a huge role. If this showdown happens in an area with dense underbrush or numerous rock crevices, the Levant Viper might have a better chance of escaping or finding a defensive position where the King Cobra can't easily reach it. Conversely, open ground heavily favors the larger, faster King Cobra. The health and condition of both snakes are absolutely critical. Even the recent weather affecting their body temperatures and activity levels can play a part. Section 9. The final verdict. A predator's instinct prevails. So, after exploring these incredible creatures and the dynamics of their potential encounter, what's the most likely outcome? While the Levant Viper is a formidable snake with potent venom and excellent camouflage, in a direct confrontation with an adult, healthy King Cobra, the odds are heavily stacked in the King Cobra's favor. The King Cobra isn't just any predator, it's a specialized snake eater. Its entire biology, from its size and agility to its intelligence and venom resistance, is geared towards hunting and consuming other snakes, including venomous ones. The King Cobra's superior size and reach are massive advantages. It can control the distance of the engagement, striking from outside the Viper's effective range. In most scenarios, the King Cobra would likely view the Levant Viper as a potential meal. The initial intimidation display, followed by strategic maneuvering and precise strikes, would likely overwhelm the Levant Viper. The encounter would be a dramatic display of nature's raw power and predatory prowess, but ultimately the King would likely assert its reign.